why being present is so important, because when you're present, you're not in your pre-programmed habits. So again, it creates that space for you to be able to create a shift. And
that's a really cool point, bro. Thank you.
Oh, thank you. Yeah. And while we think, that, because a lot of the times we see people's fruit and not the root, a lot of I've read a couple of articles that talk about,
we see the fruit and not the root. Is that what you just said? That is sick. Yeah, that's true. Yeah.
And it basically talks about what were you going to say?
Well, it plays off of the vulnerability, right? Like people are showing the fruit, but like, what's the root, right? Like what's them deep down, and are they comfortable enough to live their everyday life in a public state, in like at work, like in every situation? Are they comfortable enough to really be that root, right? To be themselves and not live under a mask, So it totally plays into this first show.
Yeah. And, getting to the root is part of the journey. And, one of the tools is, a metaphorical shovel. Until you can really start digging, how are you going to find the roots? And how far down the roots will you get?
Yeah, dude.
If you don't have a shovel and you're only working with your hands, that's limiting, and it's all based on our mind.
How much, I mean, I'm going to throw this in there too. It's like, how many substances was I using that clouded that whole, it didn't give me a shovel. Like, right? Like, how am I supposed to figure out what's going on and what's within me if I'm just using a bunch of things that just takes me out of that whole space? Right. So like, that's, the clarity that I've gotten in the past couple months here too, is like, it helps and it's tough. It's a lot of hard work. It's a lot of hard work, but that's all in there. It's in everybody. And like you're saying, man, as soon as you start digging and you start discovering it, you're really it's life changing.